What's up everyone, we're doing more Synthetic 2 content. Super excited to play more of this game. We're going to be playing as the new class we unlocked. They're called the Eliminator. Pretty sure last video I called them something else. I might have called them the Demolisher, which is this class. My apologies. So let's have a quick overview of what they do, because it'll be good for my benefit as well. So they have the L24 Eraser. Dodge roll in any direction, readies the eraser, whatever that is, which causes the next 3 shots to fire a bouncing laser. Sounds great. Sphere Refractor. Create a distracting laser sphere drone, which is attracted to near enemies. Shoot the drone to reflect lasers to hostile targets. So we fire out a drone and we want to shoot at it. I've selected this one because it sounded the most interesting. The J555 Mangler, which applies a crippling virus after a delay to the targeted position. Deals damage while the target moves, slows and makes the target take increased damage from all sources. And we got some nitromethadone here, which basically gives us crit chance and lifesteal for a bit. It's going to be the way that we get our health back. The rest we won't worry too much about, we'll just hop in. So we've been getting our butt kicked on recording. Every time I play off camera, I'm incredible. I'm just destroying everything. As soon as I hit record, I suck. So we're going to try and do better. We are. So let's shoot this drone. You can see that shooting that drone creates refracted shots. So that's kind of the core mechanic that we're dealing with here. Loving this pistol. Which I said last time, you know, probably like 5 seconds before dying. 3, 2, 1. Nah, we're fine. But we did lose a lot of health there, so we gotta be careful. So looking forward to checking out this class. I'm already feeling good about it. We just need to scramble some guys. I want to scramble the next guy I see. Let's pick up the weapon here. We also have, we'll look at this one later. We also have the red buzzards that we start with, so like dual firing pistols. I love dual pistols in any old game. Alright, I think that... Okay, the scrambler is a very narrow target. Not really sure how that works at the moment, but we'll figure it out. Looks like it has a certain amount of charges too. You were hit with the scramble. So it's something you gotta skill shot a little. So we picked up this weapon on the bridge. Looks like an automatic shotgun of some description. Reduced deviation, fires 3 shots. We just gotta use it, really. It's the thing with weapons in this game, it's really based on feel. So we're just gonna give it a go. And you guys can decide for yourself whether you think it's busted. Throw out another drone, shoot it once, that seems really cool. I'm loving this. What direction are we looking to go? Okay, down this way. Body upgrade is always good. So right now, we have options between crit chance, speed, currency gain, and scavenging. Hold on, about to get interrupted by that guy. Scavenging is very strong right now. At the first level, it lets you find plating. Plating is basically armor that blocks hits entirely. So we're going to be picking that up for sure. Alright, this weapon seems quite strong. Reloads quickly. Got a reasonable magazine. Reloads moderately, I would say. Alright, what I like about this drone at the moment is that it keeps us real safe. Check that out. So we got to be smart about how we leverage the drone here. think this is a bit of a hit and run character, or a bit of a damage sort of in bursts type character. Want to stay in cover and do your damage from relative safety, so we'll keep that in mind as we go through here. Let's, on the next pack, also pop our lifesteal. This is just one guy, so I'm not going to bother. It's now two guys. That is such a cool ability. Right, yeah, this is a pack, right? So, pop the lifesteal. And you can see that we did get quite a bit of life back there. So, looking pretty good. Okay, right. That is really, really fun, shooting at that drone. Love how they designed that. Already a weapon upgrade kit. Really gonna want to use it here on the Asdaya. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Let's have a look at the options. Critical chance and damage. I take this all the time. I love critting. Everybody loves critting. Reduces recoil and standing still resets recoil. Could be good also for a weapon like this. Semi-automatic, I don't feel as good. So we'll take the crit chance and damage. I can't resist. But this thing just shreds, man. I wonder if the weapon you shoot that with matters, whether it does sort of a percentage based damage. So if not, I can just rock this like standard pistol and use that thing all the time, you know? Let's have a look at our item. Orbital Ion Cannon. That is not one that I know. It's a rare item. Fires heavy orbital beams dealing concentrated ion damage. Requires a nearby enemy. Gains charges upon losing plating. Well, it's a good thing we can actually gain plating. I'm going to set that to automatic. When we enter combat next, we'll see what that kind of looks like. That's what that looks like. Lots of stuff that enemies can move out the way of is what I'm seeing so far. I feel like one of our objectives is going to be to just raise the power of that refractor drone as much as possible. Cool. Alright. Moving right along here. Trying to clear out the maps like in somewhat of a logical way where I can. Now we gotta remember that dashing gives our shots some reflective power. This is a very strong weapon. If I don't botch the reloads, should be looking pretty good. Okay. Look, Act 1, we're chilling, right? It's unlikely to die in Act 1. I say it because it'll make for great content if I do end up dying. Let's have a look at the shop. I haven't used any of these items before, although I did use the Fusion Carbine in Synthetic 1. Shotgun and Marksman Rifle Hybrid sounds really interesting, so let's give it a go. I'm not sure how I felt about the dual pistols. SG Thundercat. Okay, long reload time. Very long reload time. But the damage seems solid, as does the accuracy. Can fire pretty quickly too. But that's not going to be that weapon's going to be a sometimes food. Doesn't quite have the reliability of other weapons. a drone. Very, very fun. It's the last time I'm going to say it, I swear. But I just want to make a point. If you like the look of this game, and you like the look of that drone, it's as fun as it looks. So we're going to have a look at this shop. These shops are gambling and luck based. So we've got big time investment, increases item power per area completed. We're on like the second area right now, so it seems like a great one to grab. Enhances the ammo economy at a cost of mobility. So we move slower and we have less dodge chance, but better reload speed and more spare ammo. Cheap shot, melee attacks gain 20% power and crit chance. Weapon criticals deal 150 bonus damage, not bad. Lucky dice, 10% chance, and it looks like they might scale with your luck stat to deal 10 to 1000 bonus damage on any attack. And it counts as a weak point hit. I'm going to go for big time investment. Scale up our items. Get those orbital strikes hitting real hard. Rare squad. Let's try not to die to a rare squad. Refract. Very important to refract. Orbital strikes are going crazy. Okay, yes, threat level. Fucking hell. Holy. I'm not meant to swear, but under pressure I tend to. You can't swear on YouTube anymore, so I need to be aware. As it's not often, or rather, only twice ever that I've been on recording, and those were in the past 2 hours, so trying to focus on the non-swearing. I'm gonna slip up from time to time, particularly when low on health. If I get low on health and you hear the audio drop out for a few seconds, it's because I've decided to boot up editing software and get rid of my swears. Beat them out or something. But more than likely I just won't bother. More refractions. Never gets old. And a body upgrade. Your armor, health, which is a forbidden upgrade, which will raise our terror level but gives us shit ton of health. More critical damage for everything, or shields. Let's go for the forbidden one, right? Let's make the game harder in exchange for getting a shit ton of health. And in response to the game getting harder, we'll just have to play better. Which, if you've seen the other 2 episodes, I know what you're thinking. It's not gonna happen. But, you know, you gotta take the risk-reward upgrades is kind of the first rule of any roguelike game. Starting with, you know, some of the classics of the genre, like The Binding of Isaac, Devil Deals, making you extremely powerful. Just think of this as like a devil deal. We need it if we're gonna scale good. We want the extra health. We might pick up things that interact with having a lot of health, and we'll be very thankful that we took that. If not, we'll just be thankful for the survivability it's offering, so... yeah, just spam at that refraction. I kind of fuck with the Scrambler, it's just that you gotta aim that shit real well. Very prone to waste. Fire Prism. We are just full of legendary or rare items today. 5% chance on weapon shots to grant 4 laser projectiles, and minus 25% chance, or rather, sorry, 25% chance not to consume a charge. Seems excellent. I would love to shoot out laser shots, got no issue with that. Alright, I don't know how much health we're actually missing, but let's just pop the adrenaline. That's the way. Gotta be tactical with it. Try not to overheat so much either. Other thing, I want to get smarter with my weapon usage. Right, we're at long range in relative safety. Bring out the Thundercat. People advance on us. We'll switch to the weapon whose name I can't pronounce. So I want to test. Okay. Oh, come on. Whatever. Test plate. I'm trying to test the damage scaling of the refraction. To see if I launch a high damaging weapon at it, whether it will do more refraction damage. I probably could just look at the ability, which I might do in a second. I'm just kind of in the zone and I don't want to get snuck up on. Okie dokie. Upgrade this. Switch up. Okie dokie. Reload our weapons. Got one weapon upgrade. Let's have a look at this. Refracting laser seems to deal a flat amount of damage, so it'd be good to switch to the pistol for it, probably. Not sure if I have enough skill for that, but give it a go. And we're gonna go straight into upgrading it, I think. Costs 200 shields when used. I think we can afford that. Let's give it a shit ton of power. And let's go for it again. I do like cooldown reduction as well. And yeah, sure, let's upgrade our dash for extra movement burst. Always nice. And yeah, let's go ahead. So this coming up here, I believe, is the boss fight. So there might be an audio spike yet again. I'll try and skip the cutscene as quickly as possible to prevent that audio spike from being too drastic. Right, good thing that was the more quiet cutscene. So we fire that one out and we start just shooting. Oh yeah, it's doing a lot. So this boss fight was also in the original. It's like a plane, as you can see. But it's pretty much completely revamped in this version. It's got different attacks. In the old synthetic, it would just go side to side and essentially mess your life up. It was a pretty tough boss. It's a lot easier this time around. So again, just going for refractions here, and we managed to take him down. Cool. So let's find our ammo. Always important to keep stocked up, and we'll have a look at our character abilities for this character, which we have not seen. Erasing now fires 2 lasers to near targets upon rolling. Very, very cool. Especially because I think we took... No, we didn't take cooldown reduction, but still. All class abilities gain a 50% chance to summon a single distracted drone. This is really cool. We're going to give that a go. Alright, item power increasing. Always great. Hopefully it's going to make our refractions just crazy. Got people from both sides here. Still going to use this weapon for refracting, just because of its accuracy. And switching to the pistol, it's good, no doubt about it, but if I then have to switch quickly to a different weapon, I'm going to get all jumbled up. So for now, stick with this when it comes to refraction. But seeing that it's flat damage, it's almost a little worrying, because I would love to know if it scales at all if you don't get item power. Because that 500 damage or so is probably only really good in the early game. So I'd be interested to know if it scales. Still says 575 despite being at 180% power, so it might actually be more than that. I'm not sure if the numbers are quite lined up, but we'll keep using it because it's cool. We completed a contract. I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm certainly a fan. I feel that the refractor could be very good on this map. It's just like corridors. Like, it's circular, but just long kind of stints where you can stay pretty far away from your opponents. Just launch that down there and then just click very, very quickly. This semi-automatic weapon just carving through. There's our little distractor drone too, which, if anything, is just cute. Useful? I couldn't tell you. Throw out another scramble. And I'm kind of getting used to the flow of this character now. A little bit. I don't want to speak too soon. Especially since I just pressed the wrong button and fired out a scrambler at nothing. Comedic timing follows me around. Danger's approaching. Switch up to the right weapon. I love throwing out a scramble. And those shotgunners are dangerous. We know from episode 1, those will kill you real quick. Picking up another item here. Flare gun. I'm just gonna fire it right now. In the original, I think this is like a little buffing area. Like, I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a look here. Fires a flare into the sky, giving near-friendly units a strong accuracy benefit, so it is a buff. Better deviation, better recoil, better movement accuracy. Very cool. So it kind of looks like... Usually power tells you what effect it has on the item, but not for everything. Just for this one at the moment. Let's use our upgrade kit again. Empowers any negative status effects inflicted on enemies and life steal. Not bad. This is the shield stealing one. No, this is ammo regeneration on engaging in combat or when shields are down. Could be decent. Could be pretty decent. 66% chance on crits to fire a laser shot with high ricochet. We already took, I believe, some crit chance this run. No, we didn't. Could have sworn I remembered that. At any rate, it does seem very cool, but it can't +5 heat and we're already kind of overheating. Let's try the lifesteal. I know it's not the rare cool one, it's kind of the boring choice. But it could be good. Let's check out this shop as well. Not really a fan of this Thundercat, would love to replace it. Have no money. Yeah, Object 29 is a bit of a classic from the last game. Could be strong. Never gonna get enough money. We may come back for the heavy rifle or the death stick. I haven't actually used a rocket launcher in this game yet, so I would be interested. It would pique my curiosity to give it a go. Ion cannon seems to be pretty good. slow moving enemies are kind of getting torn up by it. Okay, I don't love my distraction bot getting in the way of me shooting the refractor. Kind of an anti-synergy there that I didn't expect. But we'll make it work. Headshot memory is getting a little bit better. Alright, terror level went up. We got goons after us. You gotta be careful. Use the dash as much as possible. Alright, another upgrade kit. We're gonna keep piling onto this weapon. Ooh. Less deviation, less recoil, but only shortly after we use our mobility. Causes a damaging area blast which removes plating and deals bonus damage to plated. Or 25% chance to fire shrapnel effective in close range. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure about this on this particular weapon. It's still probably good. You know what? Let's give it a go. Alright, we did get to 1,000 creds, meaning I might go back for that rocket launcher. So apologies for the walk time here, but I'll use my dash as much as possible, I promise. So we're feeling okay. I feel like this gun is, I'd give it a B+. Alright, let's pick up the death stick. RPG death stick. Good name, at least. It bounces off walls. That is good to know. So we'll give that a go next level. Might want to look at popping that flare more often. Haven't used it aside from when we first got it. 355, not enough for an upgrade, so we won't even worry about that at the moment. That big time investment is paying off hugely. Camouflage in the area, so we're going to have some invisible enemies around. Okay, that was satisfying. Yeah, I mean, that's just a lot of fun. Let's be real with ourselves. What's going on over here? And since when is that fair? So you're getting shot at from the other island, so I'll look forward to getting my vengeance there. Let's have a look at another body upgrade, but first, bye. And your friend. He's got a bunch of plating. And his friend, and then it just keeps going, doesn't it? Alright. Increase healing, increase max health, currency gain, or dodge chance. I wouldn't mind healing gain, since we did take the max health upgrade earlier. We just gotta remember to pop those stems, which I'm gonna do right now actually. Heat is kind of an issue. I would love an opportunity to reduce the heat of this weapon. Let's keep an eye out. Okay. Let's have a look over here. I see a laser coming from there. I'm just going to shoot. That was 2 shots. Might have to look at the stats on this weapon to see what's going on with that. Okay, that's obviously very silly. Not having a lot of luck here. Oh boy. Send out the refractor, shoot it a whole lot of times. Pick up the plating, restabilize. Pop in the stims. Try and get some health back. Just gotta be so careful. You take damage very, very quickly in this game. It's hard to balance being careful yet aggressive, because you want to be aggressive as well. Alright, let's have a look at this shop. Medical drone, we've seen this before. Summoned units gain a medical drone that heals them, and we heal a little more on area clear, which could be really good. Yeah, we've seen all of these before. This is giving us melee attack buffs and increases healing gain. Laser and ion perks and items gain 30% increased power. Technically, this has a laser attached, but I want the medical drone because I want to heal 400 every stage. Because I am feeling anxious about our chances. Especially with camouflaged jerks around the place. I might know where you are, guys, but my refractor knows exactly where you are, which is really, really handy. He's dead. Just gonna carefully shoot you at a distance. Gotta switch up to the pistol here. Watch out, because it is a shotgunner. Just gonna blow like my entire ability roster on him because I am anxious and scared. If I was a better player, I'd just play it cool with the pistol, get the headshots in, but I'm freaking out. Alright, more guys up there. A new weapon could be good. Just gonna shoot the absolute shit out of this thing. Play cool. Cool, cool, cool. Scramble. I feel like we got to use that dash more aggressively. We accidentally just applied an upgrade to our pistol. We'll reduce the deviation. I thought that was a new weapon, because I'm not used to the look and feel yet. I'm going to turn this flare gun on for automatic firing. It should trigger at the start of combat. What I need right now is ammo. Yeah, you can see that flare gun just coming up already. Alright, let's inspect the shop. I don't see anyone coming. Explodes when a shield loss or on press. Mortar strikes for the last attacked enemy or the fusion mines. I feel like with this character, fusion mines can be really strong. On a successful run of mine, I did have the fusion mines and they were triggering automatically, and I felt that they were doing quite well, which is quite unexpected. Okay. Finally some ammo. And we have this. Sacrifice all friendly entities in range for a selfish permanent gain. If no sacrifice can be made, divine punishment is to be expected. Or protect the divine core from a virus attack. Now this is the first time where I've had any friendly entities that I could sacrifice. So if I use all my abilities, it will summon distraction drones, which are friendly. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to try and pop that immediately. So that, here, sacrifice. It did sacrifice things. It looks like maybe it gave me some luck. Cool. Very, very happy with that. Let's move right along. Sound warning, possible boss fight coming. Looks like it might be next level. Again, hope they patch that one out soon. Don't want to have to deliver a warning every time anything happens. Just feeling so endangered. Not being able to range max on that pistol and hit the refractor is troublesome. Very troublesome. It just means we have to play a little smarter. Again, this is a weapon upgrade, it's not a weapon. So we know to have the right shit selected when we use it this time. Of course someone's coming. Armor penetration, reload speed, or ammo gain. I'm just gonna go for ammo gain. Okie dokie. Let's go for refraction strats. I'm gonna pop the stims as well. You can see we're getting a lot of health regeneration out of that. That refractor is very good at distracting as well. We should call it a distractor. I know a certain percentage of you, if anyone watches this, will stop watching based on that joke alone, so it was nice knowing you. Okay, we've got a shop here. Terror threat increased, so we will have a little ambush on our hands. Holy. Let's just spam out the refractor, man. It's so strong. Grab the health. Suddenly at 3050 health. And plating. Definitely feels a lot better. Let's have a look at the shop. Mastercraft. Heavily upgrades a currently held weapon for more damage, fire rate, less deviation and recoil. Probably won't be able to afford that. Hit counter, kills permanently reduce recoil, stacking up to 250 times. Not bad either. Weapon tuning gives you one tuning, so like from the box over there, and it also gives you an upgrade kit. So that's probably the one we'll end up taking just because it's the cheapest. And we may be able to afford it by the end of the level. Try and remember that it actually exists will be a good start. So let's just cover up here first. I'm struggling to find times where I actually want to use the rocket launcher, but it doesn't seem too bad. It's more my fault than anything. Okay. Ominous lack of enemies in this direction. Looks like we're fine. I'm not ashamed to waste as much pistol ammo as possible because I feel like it's almost impossible to run out. Which may be famous last words, but it feels right. It feels right. Alright, refractor's shooting at some. We got more enemies coming in. I'm gonna switch to the rocket for this guy. Seemed to do the trick last time. Back to the pistol. Oh yeah, back off, back off. Can't forget that dash. Very, very important. Back off, back off. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Reload the rocket launcher. Here's a little healing aura. Of course, all of my equipment activates even though I don't really want it to. Looks like there is still more healing, apparatuses around. Let's see if I can attack from this direction. I just feel a bit more comfortable with the whole thing. Looks like I might be getting flanked here. Yep. Wait a second for the shield on that guy to drop. Go in. Run. Run fast. Really poor choice of direction there. Cost me a ton of damage. Ooh. Again, one mistake and we're down to a fraction of the health that we had, so shows how punishing it can be. Even with the difficulty turned up just a little bit. Okie dokie. More upgrades available there, but I want to go back for the weapon tuning. So we're going to do that real quick. I would die to get some cooldown reduction on my gun, on my dash, sorry. So here we are. Cool, so less deviation, always good. Fire rate is amazing. An upgrade kit. Let's go for fire rate. And we'll blow our last 2 upgrade kits. So the last upgrade of any given weapon, which we haven't seen yet this series, costs 2 upgrade kits, and that's because they're more drastic upgrades, they're a bit more unique. So let's have a look. Belt linked mags, 20% chance on weapon shots to gain strong ammo regeneration or 3 seconds. I think that's meant to say for 3 seconds. Pretty good. It says it's luck based and we have a shit ton of luck. So we might look at that. Completely removes ejection time and increased reload speed. Just a really solid upgrade. Gives you magazine size as well. Taped mags. Every second magazine is quickly reloaded and has a high powered ammunition. I hate this upgrade. I don't want something that only applies every second mag, but I'm sure for certain weapons it would be great. But let's try this luck one. Could give us a shit ton of ammo regeneration. Might not have to use other weapons as much, which would be good because we put a lot of our eggs sort of into this basket. Hello. Look, just do this. Bust out the pistol. It's the least wasteful way to do things. More enemies spawn. Yet a dog. It is a dead dog. I am a villain. Disc of Justicia. Throws a slow disc which glaives between targets, dealing damage and stunning. I'm going to put it on automatic. One day when I'm a better player, and I have more of a mastery on the controls, won't feel the need to put everything on automatic. But until then, you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright. Grab the ammo. Won't have enough to upgrade anything in the shop, so let's just head off. This is the one that maybe could be the boss. There it is. Alright, this boss is interesting. Has 2 stationary bosses. When they hit a certain level of health, they gain shields for a time, and they basically can't take any damage. You may be able to outpower it, but you don't want to try, because they're going to spawn a bunch of guys as well. So take those out, just hang out, wait for the shield to drop, and then when it does, just finish off as quickly as you can. Try not to die in the process. I'm getting real close here. Mostly due to weapon heat, but I'm not monitoring as well as I should. Yep, let him fire the rockets into the wall. Reload. Shields are up. I feel this isn't too challenging of a boss fight if you just take it slow and methodically. It's not an aggression-based boss by any means. We're getting flanked. But the boss went down, thankfully. It might be due to some ricochet shots. I feel that we got a little lucky. But I'm going to take credit anyway. Let's have a look at our upgrade. Weak point hits cause burning damage over time. Seems really fun. A Razor, which is our buff that we gain on dash, gains 40% crit chance for 1 second, and specialization ability usage instantly reduces a Razor cooldown by 5 seconds, which I believe is the Q, is the specialization ability. I'm going to go for this because I want a Razor cooldown so bad. We have a weapon upgrade kit we can use as well. I'm just not very keen to use it on the rocket launcher. Would love to grab another weapon at some point. We'll see how we go. Okay. Fire out the drone. We got full health regeneration on killing that boss, which is great. Now, on these coming levels, we're going to see some really annoying enemies. Ones that teleport around all the time, can telefrag you, deal a ton of damage. So, gotta keep an eye out for those. Gotta play it just as slow as any other level. And just do our best. That's all that matters. Just give 110% to the effort. Looking to comb left to right here so we don't get flanked. Throw out a scramble that's almost going to guarantee to miss. And again, we're playing a defensive game here. Defensive, stealthy. And stop overheating. The visual feedback is not something I've picked up on yet for weapon overheating, so I need to be a lot more careful not to overheat. Alright. We have a shop. We are full, but we can still look at what's on offer. I hate this switching weapons one, and I'm going to tell you guys why. You might be bored by this. Weapon switching in this game, I use a particular key that just cycles up through the weapons. This particular item gives you a buff for the weapon that you switch to, as in it instantly reloads 5 shots from it. I can't control which weapon I switch to necessarily. Mine just switches up, so I'll always switch from pistol to rocket launcher to the shotgun. Meaning that that buffs a particular weapon you switch to is a lot less strong for me. I believe in the original Synthetic there was an option to have the weapon cycling not cycle through your primary starting weapon. I could be wrong about that. But until that option's in the game, I feel like it's not very good. Now hyper feed, high chance for no ammo cost for a short duration, not bad. Mortar barrage I've never used, but it seems fun, and I'm more than willing to scrap an item for it, so let's just do it. Slow disc, it was nice knowing you. Heavy mortar barrage, it's red, it's probably going to kill me from self damage, and I love that. Right, throw that in there. Gonna give myself an RSI trying to shoot at this refractor. Cool. So we're further than we've ever gotten in one of these videos here on episode 3, which is great. Probably because we're playing a different class. I wasn't really feeling that other assassin class in comparison to the original game, where I really took to them, really played them in the original game. But I'm probably just losing them. Well, I am losing with them. I'm probably just using them wrong and just need to get a little better at the game. Dark Souls fans would tell me to get good. Which is probably true. Really impressed with the distraction capabilities of that drone. Okay. Let's head down first. It's possible that because this gun fires... No, it fires a single shot. I thought it fired multiple shells for some reason. It's possible that multi-shot weapons could be very good with the refractor if they all hit. Something to definitely experiment with, I think. Alright, weapon upgrade for this. Cooling, not even going to look at the other ones. We need cooling. We don't want heat at all. We want it to cool down quick, so easy decision for us there. Gonna make us a lot stronger, I expect. Let's use the Mortar Strike. That is hilarious. On entering combat, yeah. Okay, weapon opportunity here. We got 1200 money. What do we want? Particle Obliterator. Condensed damage in a small area, good against armor. Don't mind it. SMG and LMG. I like to have in this game one reliable weapon and one, I guess, unreliable weapon. So I like the Particle Obliterator because it seems like a more slow, heavy hitting weapon. Let's apply some upgrades to it. I just want to shoot it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I pictured. Now we have armor penetration. Every 6 shot or weapon switching gives you bonus damage and reduces heat. Or chance for shots not to consume ammo, which I think I like the most. Okay, Jesus. Lightweight receiver, improved mobility and movement accuracy, always a nice little upgrade. We got a couple of interesting ones here though. Modifies the weapon for run and gun usage with perfect movement accuracy. Less firing slowdown, more damage, and better movement accuracy. Really fun idea that. Standing still for longer than 0.25 gives stability benefits. So less deviation, more damage and projectile range, and less recoil. But if we move after standing still, we're a little slower. Let's try this run and gun. I feel that it's fun, and I don't need any other justification. Alright, that weapon there is the heat spreader, which I believe reduces heat when it fires off. Which makes me want to take it over the flare gun, because me and heat reduction are friends. Right, what was going on over here in this shop? Can't remember. Right, gotcha. We bought the mortars. I didn't know it would give us a shot at another item, which is probably why I forgot that it existed in the first place. First impressions on the particle gun, not amazing. But again, I've been running gun spamming it because we got the thing. I wasn't being as careful as I could have been. For all I know, it could be amazing. Now we just took a shit ton of damage and we're getting ambushed, which could be a blessing in disguise. The ambush gives us guaranteed enemies and we have a stim to pop. So let's get in there. I'm scared, but I think we're okay. Now I think we're okay. The sound design on the reload for that gun, excellent. Looks like we got some pickups back there. Health and plating. I would have been really sore to miss that. Okay, gonna try and upgrade the dash again. Stuns enemies for a second within 6 meters. It's really cool. 20% chance to not go on cooldown though is the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Okie doke. I don't like the gun. In our situation, I don't think the gun is really holding it down. I'd rather just keep using this. We do have another weapon opportunity up there, which is great. It's possible I should have tried it out first before slamming 2 upgrade kits on it. But what are you gonna do? And this is where we start to get worried, because these chrono troopers do not mess around. I'm gonna pop some weapon stims and go crazy on this. I said weapon stims. I don't think that's the word for it at all. It's actually called a nitromethadone. I'll try and remember that. Okie dokie. Looking a lot better in the health department. Just want to make sure the area is clear before we open this weapon chest up. What do we got? The recoilless rifle. Alright, I've seen this one before. Very powerful, but very limited in the ammo department. You can see the heavy mortar popping off there. Okay. Fire that up. We always want to be refracting where possible. It is our best, most reliable source of damage. Miles ahead of anything else we can be doing. Still not sure about this as an alternative weapon choice. Again, want to make sure we're dashing really often. The reason I've been shy on dashing, I think, is so that I can use it defensively. Which is a good reason. But we just need to use it a little better than we're currently using it. I'm just going to keep shooting at this with the pistol in case something gets into range. And we'll have a look at the shop. Black market protection fee. Sends shield drones for protection when dropping below 30% health and passively improves durability. So less health damage taken. Pretty cool. Costs 300 per area. Being unable to pay sends attack drones for punishment. That's scary. Clone army summons armored guardians when you're low on health Any summoned units gain a 20% chance to be summoned twice. That's really interesting. Improves accuracy and backstab damage. Minus 15% recoil is quite cool. I'm gonna come back there. I feel like we're gonna grab anything that might be the assassin training. Really liking all the new upgrades and shops they've put in. Okay, we are gonna go for, I think, scavenging. We haven't taken a scavenging upgrade yet, have we? We have. I described why it was good, I believe. Let's go for armor then. I do rate survivability in this game. I think it's extremely important. That 20% dash cooldown reduction chance is coming in real handy. We're probably not using the scrambler as much as we could or should be. That's something to work on too. Lots of improvements to be made to the playstyle. Siege spider down. I mean, there's no problem in the damage department at the moment. I'm really, really happy with that. Okay, we're getting chrono blasted, so some of the enemies in this area can slow you down. They basically alter time in a little circular area, and if you're in that, you will get slowed down significantly. So we've got to try and avoid that, but it's very, very difficult to avoid. Yeah, that's got to be dealing more than the 500 so damage it says it's doing. Not sure that tooltip works perfectly yet. Health chest was useless. Shop here, hey? Each collected pickup increases critical damage. Pretty cool. One random weapon technology perk on the currently held weapon. Healing's utility starting ability becomes twice as powerful. Let's try this. We got a perk on the weapon. Recycles plating into 2% attachment power up to 100 times. I believe that's what we got. It's very interesting. We do have the scavenging to drop the plating. What does it give us? Attachment power. That could be very, very strong. Okay, moving right along. This is, I believe, the final area. So we have a few different segments before the boss. We have a bridge coming up. Well, we're on the bridge. It's got these big guns over here. Another segment with guns, another segment with tanks, and a shitload of enemies, and then the end. So hopefully we can at least see the final boss here. Or we'll die instantly, which is also a distinct possibility. Refractor drone does not want to chase after this guy, which is really unfortunate. More interested in whatever's up there. Kiting all of these enemies towards us that we don't want to fight yet. Whose team are you on, Refractor drone? Okay. Coming in hot. Chrono Troopers. There is a particular enemy on this map, I believe they're called Hyper Troopers. They are absolutely devastating. They are the most annoying enemy. I'm going to try and land scrambles on them as much as possible. Also, those suicide drones are very annoying in their own right. Hyper Troopers not only teleport around like Chrono Troopers, but they also have a shield they can pop that makes them completely invulnerable for a few seconds, which is as bad as it sounds, essentially. So hopefully we don't see too many of those. Okay, good damage. Forgot there's one more of those guys. Looks like the mortar's dealt with them though, which is hilarious. Oh, that's scrap conversion. It means we don't get any plating. So hopefully the attachment power is strong. Alright, body upgrade here. Speed. Forbidden luck, which would raise our terror level. I don't think we need that. 14% crit chance. Also raises our terror level. Let's do it. We're gonna get ambushed, I believe. So we'll just hang out here for a second. Yeah, they're spawning here. Might be a couple more. Yep. Cool. That should be it. Alright, so next segment, shit ton of enemies, then a little tank segment after that. Just gonna refract like our life depends on it. Haven't seen any Hyper Troopers yet, or they've died before I've been able to lay eyes on them, which would be ideal. That mortar is just awesome. So useful. Grab the ammo, reload. Okay, so up there, I believe, was one of the Hyper Troopers we've been talking about. Super impressed that we were able to take them out before they could really do anything to us. Weapon upgrade. Reload speed and eject speed. Quite like that, actually. The refractor is very good against the teleporting enemies in these areas, I've noticed. Just due to the fact that it knows where they are at all times. Whereas usually there's a Hyper Trooper. As I was saying, usually one of the most frustrating things about the teleporting enemies is that you never really know where they are. But with our build where we've got sort of lasers firing off and a lot of auto-targeting, not quite as annoying as they had been. Alright, up here I believe is where the tanks are. Yep. Holy crap. Gotta back up. The refractor got shut down pretty quickly. We need that ammo. close back in. Shoot the refractor. Do as refractors do and refract. Might be better off just shooting the tank with the weapon than refracting into it. Might be more damage. I apologize as I get into focus mode here. Commentary getting a little stilted. That's just how it works. I'll probably be a little better at that in the future, but if there's something I'm happy about, is we've made it to the final boss. Pre-loop, that is. But we'll talk about that if we make it through. We're already an hour and 10 minutes in, my goodness. Okay, let's go for an ability upgrade. I'm gonna go for the dash again, call me crazy. Impenetrable ion shield when used sounds very good. We're gonna go once again. Better cooldown. And that's all we can really afford. Okay, we're at the boss. Audio warning. And then we'll get started. God, that is so loud. So this boss shields itself periodically, but as soon as that shield drops, we just gotta get on in there. It's a very DPS sort of centric boss. So we're just gonna do our best here. Use that ion shield. It's a bit of a damage test, this boss. Over time it will overwhelm you with summons, if you can't deal with it. But just keeping things left and right. I have not used the heat emitter once this whole time until then. We did it. Make sure we don't die to the mobs. We did it. Final boss defeated on episode 3. Ready for looping. All I gotta say is like, let's get in there and do it. So looping, how does looping work in this game? Basically you start from the start, the screen is unseeably red, and we get this little Curse of the Loop. Now what Curse of the Loop does is it basically debuffs you every time you enter a new area, periodically making you weaker and weaker until you die, eventually. Besides that, the game works much the same. Just looking to get through all the content again, we'll fight the same bosses, including the final boss. Just everything is much more difficult, enemies are tuned up, and we'll destroy you in seconds, so we gotta do our best here. I don't expect to last too long. Because looping is hard. It's very difficult. Okay, extra pickups, very important. I feel that we could be a little stronger if we're really looking to get the most out of this looping. Heat is just such a problem for us, such a problem for this gun. That will do when we get a second. Just put the heat spreader that I've almost never used on automatic, which should help the heat problem a little. Alright, not bad. Another greed shop. Another big time investment. Oh my goodness. Of course he would spawn out of nowhere. Big time investment, kind of tempting. Looks like we've received some diminishing returns on the power. We can't start each combat with extra heat. Every weak point hit grants 2 credits and deals more bonus damage. Let's see if we can stack big time investment. It does look like we have 2, so hopefully that works. 157% power, keep that in mind. $162. Only went up by the 5%. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're in big trouble. We have the wrong weapon equipped. That'll help. Okay. Getting in there. Small little lag spikes here. Lots and lots of enemies. Including one right behind me. Let that weapon cool down. Refract. Oh, and we're dead. Told you I wouldn't last long. Oh look. Little code for us to use to make the game even harder, which we do not want. But a really strong run. Got a kill on the final boss, which I'm super excited about. And we should have unlocked quite a bit. Got good stats here. You can take a look at that if you want. Yes, we did. We unlocked an upgrade to the Eraser, giving us movement speed and weak point damage when we use it. Reaching 10 contracts grants 20% reload and ejection speed with all weapons. Now, contracts are just to get consecutive kills without taking damage, which I didn't explain before, but I should have. And besides that, we just got a bunch of data which we can use to purchase new weapons, new starting weapons for the characters, which should be good as well. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed it. Really excited that we got our first victory. Might be able to turn the escalation up for next episode, make it even more nail biting. Any feedback is welcome, and see you next time.